Cumming is not the consolation prize anymore. It is where a lot of people realize that they can get lake weekends, city center dinners, and more room to breathe without fully cutting the cord for Metro Atlanta. But Cumming is not one lifestyle. The move is figuring out which version actually fits the way that you live. One person wants the lake life, another wants the newer community with space, structure, and a full Saturday calendar. Somebody wants restaurants, events, and parts of town where you can actually run into people. So before you pick the house, let's make sure that you are picking the right version of Cumming. What Cumming really is: location, growth, and the three versions of Cumming say they live in Cumming, Georgia, and they might be describing two completely different lives. One may be inside of the actual city of Cumming, which is small, roughly 7,000 to just 10,000 people, depending on how you measure it. Another may be in the broader Cumming mailing area. And a third may be unincorporated Forsyth County, where the address says Cumming, but the routine, it changes completely 10 minutes down the road. Forsyth County is estimated at over 280,000 people. So Cumming on an address does not automatically tell you what kind of life sits around the house. Cumming basically has three operating modes. You've got Town Center, Lake Life, and Master Plan Suburban. Pick the wrong one and the address may say Cumming, but the life around it may feel completely off. Town Center Cumming runs through Cumming City Center. Restaurants, parking, right? Once walking to dinner, live music, local events, and fewer reasons to drive south every time you want something to do. According to the City of Cumming's community materials, the city has been pushing downtown revitalization and public gathering spaces, which matters since Cumming did not always have a central hangout point. Lake Lanier Cumming is a whole different conversation. Lake Lanier has over 690 miles of shoreline. So we're not talking about a cute little water feature with a picnic table. We are talking boat ramps, marina access, dock rules, shoreline restrictions, maintenance, seasonal traffic, and deciding whether the lake access is part of your real routine or something you like saying that you live near, right? Master Plan Suburban Cumming shows up across different parts of Forsyth County where life is more structured. We've got Georgia 400 access, Highway 20 errands, planned communities, sports schedules, school research, grocery runs, and a calendar that has to function. If you search Cumming, do not assume that every house is offering the same lifestyle. One address may put you closer to the water, another may put you closer to City Center, and a different one may put you in a subdivision where the house, commute, schools, errands, and a weekend schedule, they all need to line up. Searching Cumming home and hoping that the address tells the whole story is how people end up loving the house and questioning the life around it. If you're thinking about moving to Cumming, buying in Forsyth County, or selling in the Metro Atlanta area, or trying to figure out which version of this market actually fits your life, my name is Kara, and we are the local Cummings real estate team of choice. You can call us, text us, or email us using the information right in the description, and we will help you look past the pretty photos and make a move that makes sense for your life, your budget, and your daily routine. Lifestyle. Lake Lanier, City Center parks, food, and the suburban upgrade. A Saturday up here can go from cleats in the trunk to dinner plans without turning into a full Atlanta operation. Space gets attention, but the routine around the house usually wins people over. Early trail walks, sports bags by the door, dogs in the back seat, dinner plans people actually keep in fewer nights, where a simple meal out requires a drive south, parking strategy, and the emotional strength of a Supreme Court argument. By midday, the outdoor side is already pulling its weight. Sewanee Mountain Preserve gives you roughly 963 acres. So hiking does not have to become a North Georgia production with snacks, backup shoes, and a group text that starts 7 a.m. Big Creek Greenway runs about 11 miles through Forsyth County, giving walkers, runners, bikes, strollers, and I need to clear my head before I say what I'm thinking, people, a real place to go. After dark, the rhythm shifts. Dinner, music, drinks, and a local gathering spot giving you a social plan without pretending that you live in Midtown. More like we can go somewhere, enjoy ourselves, and still be home before the night starts charging us interest. I have had people come in thinking that Cumming was the responsible move. You know, more space, a little farther north. Very spreadsheet. After spending real time here, the conversation shifted from does this work on paper to Could life actually run smoother here? That moment usually tells me everything. Local food helps tell the truth. Tam's Backstage, Branchwater, and Gathica's Restaurant are not filler names. They are places people remember, recommend, and defend like closing arguments. Regular tables, favorite orders, strong opinions. The Cumming Fairground adds another layer. Fairs, seasonal events, food trucks, and community gatherings that get people out of the house without turning an evening into a full operations meeting. Drop your favorite neighborhood vibe in the comments. Lake life, new construction, walkable-ish dining, or quiet cul-de-sac energy. I reply to everyone, and I genuinely want to see which one wins. Growth has made certain pockets feel more usable, not busier. You get local plans, less automatic driving south, and a routine that can be built around the area instead of constantly escaping it. Lifestyle sounds great until the math walks in. The numbers change fast depending on which lane you choose. The housing market, what your money actually buys here in Cumming. Online, the price, it can look clean. In Cumming, the expensive stuff usually hides behind the number. Around $600,000, you might be looking at a townhome with a cleaner monthly payment, a larger resale with systems that need a closer look, or a better located house where the work starts after closing. You pull up Zillow, Redfin, or Realtor.com, and Cumming usually lands in that low to mid $600,000 conversation. Hopeful? Yes. Complete? Not even close. Price changes fast when you factor in property type, lot quality, age of systems, HOA rules, school zoning research, dock access, taxes, insurance, repairs, and maintenance. Around $400,000 to $550,000, trade-offs are usually baked in. The kitchen may be giving, we did what we could. The yard may slope so aggressively, it should come with its own helmet. The payment may look manageable until HOA dues, insurance repairs, and future updates walk in like uninvited guests. By $550,000 to $850,000, the house needs repair, usable square footage, better storage, a floor plan that does not fight your mornings, maybe a basement, maybe a neighborhood pool, and fewer rooms that feel like a compromise. Square footage, she can lie. A bigger house with a bad layout can feel smaller than a tighter house that actually works. Past $850,000, especially heading into $1.5 million and up, every detail gets sharper. In South Forsyth or Vickery, the money often ties back to Georgia 400 access, design, lot consistency, school zoning research, HOA expectations, and resale strength. Around Lake Lanier, strong lake position homes can push past $1 million quickly when the water access, view dock setup, shoreline path, condition, and maintenance line up. For local homeowners thinking about selling, pay attention here. The person walking through your home is not only comparing bedrooms and square footage, they're asking whether the layout, lot, and location actually support the way that they live. Price tells you what the house costs. Strategy tells you whether the layout, lot, location, and long-term resale story hold up. Strategy matters even more when new construction and renovations enter the room. Because in Cumming, newer does not automatically mean better, and updated does not always mean upgraded. New construction, renovations, and resale strategy. The model home is designed to make you forget that you came with questions. The lighting is doing charity work. The island is massive. The office nook has not been attacked by backpacks yet. It works on you. Both in Cumming, new construction and renovated homes need a second look before the pretty parts, they start running the meeting. New construction gets attention here. You know, larger kitchens, outdoor living, newer floor plans, and fewer leftovers from someone else's we'll fix it era. Homes.com has reported Cumming's median single-family price around $640,000 and median townhome price around $471,000. So townhome math and single-family math, they are not the same conversation. Look at Crossing at Cold Mountain townhomes. Detached homes, retail, dining, and office space planned together with homes around 1960 to over 3,600 square footage, right? HOA rules and future build-out plans is a different decision from an older resale with mature trees, a larger lot, and a punch list sitting quietly in the background. New does not automatically mean better. You still need to check the builder, lot grading, drainage, upgrade pricing, HOA rules, warranty timeline, road noise, future phases, and whether the lot will make sense when it is time to sell. Same with renovated homes. New counters and cute hardware do not erase an old roof, tired windows, creative basement work, or a layout that fights your real life? My construction and resale brain kicks in hard here. I want to know what was done, who did it, whether the permits were needed and issued, how the roof, HVAC, plumbing, and electrical look, and whether the design choices will age well or scream, "You remember this trend?" In just 5 years, around Lake Lanier, a listing mention is not enough. Dock setup, shoreline rules, seasonal water levels, privacy, parking, and upkeep, they all matter. Useful access and pretty wording are not the same thing. When the location, lot, and construction quality, layout, and resale strategy line up, Cumming can be a smart, long-term lifestyle move here in North Metro Atlanta. Some houses, they only photograph well. The better ones keep making sense after the questions start. Beautiful finishes get your attention. Living with the location proves the choice. Which brings us to the word people throw around way too casually here: convenient. It's the trade-offs: traffic, distance, walkability, and what convenient really means. A 5-minute difference on the map can turn into a completely different mood behind the wheel. In Cumming, convenience is direction, timing, exits, and how often your life pulls you south. The address may look close enough, but if work, appointments, airport runs, school activities, and dinner plans all point the other way, you're going to feel it, and fast. When someone calls Cumming convenient, I want to know: convenient for work, appointments, school activities, or getting home without needing a motivational speech. If your week points towards Alpharetta, South Forsyth, or North Fulton, the location, it can work in your favor. Depending on where you start, you may roughly be 15 miles from Alpharetta, and the right route can keep the drive from becoming the main character in your story. Forsyth County's mean commute is around 30.6 minutes, but averages do not tell you whether your actual route behaves. If your life points toward Buckhead, Midtown, downtown Atlanta, or Hartsfield-Jackson, the math changes. Not impossible, just a different game. A drive can look calm on your phone at 9 p.m. and act completely different when half the county decides to meet on Georgia 400. The exit matters almost as much as the address. Exit 13, exit 14, exit 15, exit 16, exit 17, and exit 18 all tell a different story. Some exits favor Alpharetta access. Others pull you closer to the water. Go farther north, and you may reduce price pressure, but add friction every time your week points south. Hybrid work scrambled the old convenience math. Without a 5-day commute, the deciding factor may be a clean gym route, a pediatrician that you can actually reach on time, school activities that do not wreck the evening, or a grocery run that does not become a side quest. For someone who wants water nearby, living closer to Lake Lanier may feel convenient. But for someone heading towards Alpharetta several days a week, water access will not help much at 7:45 in the morning, coffee in hand. For someone who wants walkability, Cumming has certain areas where you can park and linger. But let's be clear, this is still a car-based area. You are not selling your car, grabbing a tote bag, and floating off into errands like you live in a Hallmark movie, let's say. Comment below with what matters most to you: a shorter commute, water access, lower price pressure, or being closer to your gym, doctor, school activities, and grocery run. I am curious which one wins, because that answer, it changes everything in Cumming. Trade-offs are not the problem. Pretending every Cumming address solves the same problem, that is the problem. A mismatched location can make your week harder than it needs to be, even if the house itself looks calm. Run the routes, check the exits, test the drive when you would actually be driving. Your real schedule, she is going to tell on the house, and quickly. Routes only tell part of the story. The household schedule, that is where the truth gets loud. The weekly reality test: schools, errands, amenities, and daily rhythm. The house tour is cute. Monday morning is the audit. Cue the missing shoe, the unpacked lunch, the school drop-off route, the work calendar, the activity schedule, and the dog staring at everybody like, "So nobody remembered me?" A home has to do more than look good for one showing. It has to carry the household when everyone needs something at the exact same time. School research matters, but I am not doing internet ranking games here. I am not here to tell you which school or neighborhood is the one. You need to verify zoning, transportation programs, and future changes through official school sources. Look at the full domino effect: morning timing, bus options, drop-off flow, after-school pickup, and what happens when one appointment knocks the entire day sideways. A beautiful kitchen does not help much if everyone leaves annoyed before 8 a.m. And the stops that keep showing up, your pediatrician, your dentist, your vet, pharmacy, urgent care, gym, grocery route, tutoring, and the dinner backup plan when nobody has the emotional strength to cook. Forsyth County has 25 plus county parks and recreation facilities, which matters if your calendar involves practice fields, playgrounds, camps, programs, or weekend activities. A park across town does not save you when practice starts soon and one cleat has entered witness protection. Places like Fowler Park and Central Park become more than map labels when your life involves fields, courts, aquatic programs, playgrounds, pickup windows, and weekends where the car becomes a mobile command center. The little stops are the ones that you feel: the pharmacy run after work, the appointment squeezed between calls, the grocery stop that takes 12 minutes or ruins the entire evening. Walk through that schedule out loud. Check the morning, the after-school window, healthcare stops, groceries, activities, and the errands you touch without thinking if the house only works on a quiet Sunday afternoon. Keep asking questions. That is where the decision starts getting honest. Cumming either supports the way that you live or it shows you where the mismatch is. And that sets up the real question before we close. Who is going to love it here, and who should pause before falling for it? Who Cumming is perfect for, and who should think twice? At this point, Cumming stops being a map question and turns into a self-awareness check. Cumming rewards clarity. It works best when you're not trying to fake city living and you want the house and the schedule and the area around you to stop fighting each other. You want town center energy, you want dinner plans, events, and places to meet up without making Atlanta your default setting. The lake is the draw. You are thinking beyond pretty water: gear, storage, maintenance, parking, seasonal crowds, and whether water access will actually show up in your life. If the master plan setup is calling you, the appeal is order, layout, storage, neighborhood structure, activity schedules, and a house that can take a busy morning without tapping out. Cumming clicks for people who want room to move, a house that can handle real life, and a North Metro base does not need Atlanta to entertain it every 5 minutes. Pause if you need dense walkability, constant nightlife, quick airport access, clean, easy daily ride into Midtown or Buckhead. If wanting those things is valid, Cumming just might not be the assignment. For local homeowners, this matters. Square footage alone is not carrying the story anymore. Usable lots, smart layouts, updated systems, storage, outdoor space, and clean presentation are what help someone understand the home fast. Confused homes get compared, clear homes get remembered. Growth has not only made Cumming busier in certain pockets, it has made the area more functional and less dependent on Atlanta for every plan. Before we wrap, think about which lane sounds most like you: town center, lake lifestyle, or master plan suburban. Your answer says a lot about where you should actually be looking. One answer may sound exactly like a move. Another may sound like I need a different version of Metro Atlanta. Both are wins when they save you time, money, and expensive second guessing. Cumming works when the house and the life around it are pulling in the same direction. When they are not, you feel it fast. We covered the 3 main lanes: town center, lake lifestyle, and master plan suburban. We looked at the 3 main lanes: what your money actually buys, where new construction needs a second look, and how Georgia 400 changes the math, and why the little repeat stops can matter just as much as the house. I've had people come in chasing the biggest house, and after looking at the actual week around that big house, the smarter move was the place that made the week run cleaner. I have also seen local homeowners underestimate how much layout, lot usability, updates, storage, and presentation shape the way that people respond. If Cumming is on your shortlist, do not wing it from listing photos. Our real estate team can help you compare the pockets, read the market, and make a smart move with real local context. We are the local Cumming real estate team of choice, so call us, text us, or email us using the information in the description. On the screen now is the Moving to Atlanta, Georgia playlist, so you can compare Cumming and other Metro Atlanta areas. Give that end screen a beat here so you can jump to the playlist or grab our contact information. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see y'all in the next one.